Hey, good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, August 13th, 2015. My name is Cliff Backus, and this is your daily video market review. Market fun continued yesterday as the market staged an impressive intraday reversal. After having been down as much as 1.7% early in the day, the Nasdaq managed to close higher on higher trading volume, as did the S&P 500. Higher closes on higher volume gave both indexes accumulation days. Accumulation is a sign of institutional buying. This was in contrast to the IBD 50 and the 85-85 indexes, which recorded distribution days, as did the mid-cap 400 and the small-cap S&P 600. The S&P 500 violated its 200-day moving average again, but closed above that level. Declining issues edged advancers yesterday. The New York Stock Exchange advanced decline line continues to look very bearish and has looked bearish since mid-May. New lows bettered new highs by more than 5 to 1. We have to go all the way back to July 15th to find a trading session where new highs have bettered new lows. In spite of all the bearishness, our market timing model is showing an aggressive buy signal on both the Nasdaq Composite and the S&P 500, meaning that aggressive traders may want to buy here, but conservative traders should continue to accumulate cash. The O'Neill market timing model is showing an uptrend under pressure. Our distribution count remains reasonable on the Nasdaq, but high on the S&P 500. Large cap stocks continued to handily outperform small cap yesterday, and are outperforming on a 10-day moving average basis. Our swing timing model is indicating a neutral condition in the market. Overall, we're neutral on the market. We're getting both bullish and bearish signals. The major indexes have made no appreciable progress since February and have been increasingly volatile. This is a good time to err on the side of caution. Okay. What we're looking at here is a list of Moody's 177 industry groups sorted in HGSI, high growth stock investors, by 5-day percentage price change. The reason we look at this is that by noting where the strength in the market is on a daily basis, we can get an idea of where the power in the market is rotating to. The basic premise of momentum trading, which is what we're doing here, is that we need to identify where the power is and get in front of it. So let's see where the strength in the market's been this week. In the past week, precious metal mining index has been up 16.16%. Consumer products 10.6%. Exploration and production, that's oil exploration and production, has been up 7.1%. Rubber and plastic index 6.9%. And railroad rolling stock has been up 6.6%. Market's kind of struggling to rotate into new leadership at this point. Let's take a look at the Russell 2000. Russell 2000 continues in this downtrend. We undercut support in the 1211 area, but held support at this downtrend line. I'd like to see the Russell get back above this 1211 range. Our resistance in the Russell is up here in the 1296 area. Let's take a look at the Nasdaq Composite. The Nasdaq yesterday staged a fairly impressive reversal, closing up 7.6 points or 0.15%. Nasdaq closed at 50.44. You can see we undercut this level of support right here intraday, falling as much as 1.7% before closing higher and near the high of its daily trading range. Trading volume yesterday was higher than the prior day, giving the Nasdaq an accumulation day. For you followers of William O'Neill, the Nasdaq is currently in an uptrend under pressure. We have 4 distribution days in the past month, which is a reasonable count at this point in the bull market. We have support in the 4888 area and resistance up here in the 5164 range. Right now, the NASDAQ is on an aggressive buy signal, meaning that aggressive traders can be buying this market. More conservative traders may want to continue to raise cash at this point. Let's see what the S&P 500 is up to. The S&P also staged a pretty impressive reversal yesterday, closing up 1.98 points or 0.1%. The S&P ended the day at 2086. Trading volume was heavier than the prior day. The S&P is currently in an uptrend under pressure. We have a lot of distribution in the S&P. We've had 7 distribution days in the past month. That's a pretty heavy distribution load. Right now, the S&P is bracketed by support down here in the 2044 area and resistance up here in the 2134 range. The S&P has been very wide and loose at this point. Caution is really recommended in this market until we get some decisive movement in one direction or the other. That said, the S&P 500 continues on an aggressive buy signal, indicating that aggressive traders can be buying this market, but more conservative traders may want to sit on the sidelines and accumulate cash. I have a few stocks that I want to take a quick look at before we wrap it up today. First stock I want to take a look at is Luxoft Holdings. Luxoft develops custom software for organizations in the financial, travel, technology, telecom, auto, and energy industries. The stock has been working on this second stage base-on-base formation with a pivot point of 63.56. Luxoft gets a 64% checklist rating, and yesterday it pulled back and tested its 50-day moving average. It traded higher trading volume than any down day in the past 10 trading sessions, which is the definition of a pocket pivot. Luxoft can be bought by aggressive traders at this point. Keep in mind, however, that Luxoft has an average daily trading volume of 246,000 shares. Generally, we don't like to buy stocks with less than 750,000 average daily volume. This stock could be a little bit volatile. I like the way that it moved off of its 50-day moving average yesterday. I also like the way that it took out its 21-day exponential moving average, which we show in pink, and its 10-day simple moving average, which we show in green. Next, I want to take a look at Store Capital. Store Capital is a real estate investment trust that owns 947 single-tenant commercial real estate properties in 46 states operated under long-term net leases. Stock's been working on this first stage base going all the way back to May of this year. We have a pivot point of 2406. And we get a checklist rating of 72. Store Capital yesterday traded higher on higher trading volume than any down day in the past 10 trading sessions, giving us a pocket pivot. The stock moved up through its 21-day exponential moving average and its 10-day simple moving average, and can be bought here by conservative traders, I think. The real estate investment trust industry has been showing a little bit of muscle recently, and this stock can also be bought by traders that like to have a little bit of income. Store has a 4.7% dividend yield. And the last stock I want to take a look at is Inogen. Inogen manufactures portable oxygen concentrators for patients suffering from chronic respiratory conditions. The stock has been working on this late stage, third stage base with a pivot point in the 45.75 range. Inogen gets a 80% checklist rating, and yesterday we had a buyable gap as the stock gapped out of this base and closed sharply higher on very heavy volume. The The late stage base in Inogen bothers me a little bit, but the 80% checklist rating, I think, more than offsets the late stage base. This stock can be bought by aggressive traders. That's about all I have for today. If you want to talk about any of the stocks mentioned today or any of our market strategies, please feel free to give me a call, drop me an email, or make an appointment. Come by the office, see what we're up to. Contact information is on the home page. For daily access to our model portfolios, trade updates, and more up-to-date information on our trading strategies, please take a minute to go to our subscription page and subscribe to Push Button Stock Trading. You can also follow us on Twitter at PushButtonStock. Again, my name is Cliff Backus. That's your daily video market review. Have a safe and profitable day. Keep your stops in place, and I will see you again tomorrow. Please stay tuned for our important disclaimers. All the best. Disclaimers. Push Button Stock Trading Video Market Review is produced and edited by Clifford B. Backus. Mr. Backus is a Senior Vice President of Investments, Technical Analyst, Portfolio Manager, and Partner with the investment firm of Ohannes & LaCours Incorporated. Video Market Review is produced solely for the benefit of our clients, friends, and colleagues. Anything written, stolen, and/or plagiarized in this publication is done without malice. Further, the analysis and opinions expressed in this publication are strictly those of the editor and not of Ohannes & LaCours Incorporated, its affiliates, subsidiaries, or any of the officers or employees of Ohannes & LaCours, Inc. On that note, we submit the following. The analysis, calculations, and evaluations presented herein are based on data and assumptions Ohannes & LaCours Incorporated believes to be accurate. Ohannes & LaCours Incorporated makes no representation that such analysis or calculations are accurate or that such valuations represent levels at which actual trades may occur. This report has been prepared from original sources, except where otherwise noted, and data we believe to be reliable. Ohannes & LaCours, Inc., its affiliates and subsidiaries, and/or their officers and employees or their families may from time to time acquire, hold, or sell a position in the securities mentioned herein. Moreover, opinions may differ from one entity to the next. If we are used in connection with the purchase or sale of any security discussed in this report, we may act as principal for our own account or as agent for both the buyer and the seller. Push Button Stock Trading is dedicated to the education of friends, clients, and paid subscribers. Push Button Stock Trading is an information service only. The information provided herein is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell stocks of any kind. Push Button Stock Trading is created to aid subscribers in making informed investment decisions based wholly or in part on technical analysis. It's possible that at this time or some subsequent date, the editors of Push Button Stock Trading may own, buy, or sell the investments presented. All investors should consult a qualified professional before making any investment. The information provided has been obtained from sources deemed to be reliable, but it is not guaranteed as to the accuracy or completeness. The editors of Push Button Stock Trading make every effort to provide timely information to subscribers, but cannot guarantee specific delivery times due to factors beyond our control.